Hey guys, enough said. Nick Simmons back with another video. Today we had a video from the great Miss Iyanla.
I love Iyanla.
So much wisdom flows from this woman.
Questions that I think every relationship needs to ask. Is this an important relationship in my life? Do I value this person? And do they value me? You can tell that from behavior. The third question is, am I willing to take 100% responsibility for the state of this relationship? Meaning, I can't change you, I can't fix you, but the state that it's in, the argument, the lack of support, the adversarial, whatever it is, am I willing to take 100% responsibility? Which means, am I willing to look at what I do? Not what you do. What am I doing? And what's motivating me? And the final question is, am I willing to do the work to heal it, no matter what the other person does?
Love it.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
We wrote those questions down.
Yeah, we wrote them down. We want to address each one individually. So, the first one, go ahead.
Do I value this person? That's a great question because it's easy to kind of have that answer, I guess that question answered when things are good.
Yes.
It's easy to kind of have, oh, of course I value, but no, do you value every facet of that person? Do you value that person when they're struggling, when they're hurting, when they're not so nice, when things are messy and it's not as clear? Yeah, when the money's low, when they're sick in their body and you're having to be their caregiver. Like, do you value all seasons of that person? And that's a test that will come up time and time again as you go through the seasons of your relationship. Do I value you as a human being, despite your accomplishments?
That's one of my major frustrations. Even when I hear these people on these Dead Weather podcasts or on social media, everything's about what you can do for me. How much money do you make? How nice is your body? You know, all these things. And when you've been married as long as we have, you understand that life is about seasons. And you understand that things are not going to be what they started out as. You know, we went through seasons where we were making a lot of money. We went through seasons we weren't. We went through seasons where one of us was sick. We went through seasons where gained weight, lost weight, you know, all these type of different things. And the way that the world is set up now, it is not set up for long-term relationships. It is set up for hookups and for short-term things, which leads me to the second question she had, which I loved also. Do I value me? Do I value me? There's a lot of people that are in marriages and relationships that don't even value themselves.
Absolutely.
They're willing to sell their soul for a piece of what they could have. As a man, you got some dudes running around here think that as long as they make a certain amount of money, that they could do whatever they want to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it, and the woman that they're with should just deal with it. And look, this because you don't value yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you want a robot, go get a robot. There are women running around here that don't even value themselves. They are lowering themselves to be with men that aren't worth being with, or they don't even value themselves enough to find a man that's worthy of being with. They'll go get with a man just because he got some money. Yeah. Just because he got some good sex. Because he got game or he look good wearing hats or whatever, just weirdo stuff they got out here. You don't even value yourself.
Absolutely.
You will show your body out to the world and then expect a man to be okay with it. You don't value yourself. Yeah. So how can you value somebody else? How can you bring somebody into your world if you don't even value yourself? What's the next question?
Am I willing to take 100% responsibility for the state of this relationship? So if our relationship is in the crapper, am I willing to look at my role in it? Am I willing to look at my lack of communication? Am I willing to look at my overspending? Am I willing to look at my nasty attitude having self? Am I willing to look at my selfishness? Am I willing to look at me? All the stuff that I'm bringing into this relationship, because it's so easy. We coach these couples.
That's what I'm about to say. We would have a business.
He, and then the other one's going, she. No. And we always have to take them. But what are you doing? What are you contributing? Because I know you're not an angel all the time.
We'd be out of business.
We would be.
If people had this level of awareness, we'd be out of business. We would not have a business. We would not generate any kind of income from our business because people could solve their own problems. But I got the sneaking suspicion we're never going to go out of business.
And I'll use an example. example. Let's say, all right, I'll use an example. Let's say let's say we're in a relationship, we're coming to coaching, and I cheated on you. Mm-hmm. So when we're talking to our life coach or our counselor or therapist or pastor, whomever we're talking to, it would be so easy for you to go, yeah, but she cheated. Mm-hmm. She cheated on me. She cheated on me. She violated. But what did he do?
Yeah.
So he has to look at himself and say, although I didn't commit adultery or whatever this was, mm-hmm. I have to look at, I'm not really being the best husband that I could be to you.
Yeah.
I'm really not giving you what you need in this relationship. Not that it gives you a license to do what you did, mm-hmm. but I also have to own mine. And vice versa. Let's say
that's all you can do is own your own.
You have to own it.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, vice versa. It
could be anything.
It could be any scenario.
Yeah.
The point is that, and what do we always tell couples? Nothing in a marriage is 100% one person's fault.
It sure
I don't care what it is. I
Yeah.
don't care how egregious it is. It's never 100% one person's fault. They come to coaching and counseling, and they want to come and put a spotlight on what you did, that thing that you did, and then totally absolve themselves from all of it. Prime example. Let's get away from cheating thing, because everybody gets triggered when you talk about cheating. I want to talk about something real simple. Mm-hmm. One of the major things that we have when a couple comes to us is help around the house.
Oh, God.
Help around the house.
It's a very common topic.
It's a very common topic, and ladies, let's talk about you. So a woman will come to us and he never helps me. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. It doesn't matter what she stay at home mom.
I do everything. I work. I also do everything.
It doesn't matter what she stay at home mom, where she has a 9 to 5. It doesn't matter. That's a common complaint. Okay. So then we start talking to the man. He's like, well, I would like to help, but every time I try to help, she don't like the way I do it. She don't like the way I fold towels. She don't like the way I wash this. She don't like, but you want help, but then you want him to help in the way you want him to help.
To your standards.
To your standards.
Yeah.
And that's not going to work. So do you want the dishes washed or not? Do you want the blue cups all in one place or the red cups all in one place? If that's the case, do it yourself. And so, I mean, this is common stuff. This is common stuff. And then you have like guys who come, well, we ain't having sex. Okay. When's the last time you actually touched her, non-sexual touching? Oh, well, no, not really. I don't, So you just want her to just be butt naked and ready, like a microwave. That's not going to work.
Push start.
Yeah, it's not gonna work, brother. That's not gonna work. You gotta massage it a little bit. You gotta work your way in there. So I thought that was a good one. Next one.
Am I willing to do the work to heal it? Wow, no matter what the other person does.
This is where you're gonna lose.
Oh, we lost him at number 2, didn't we? Oh no, number three.
Number three, you lost a lot of it. You're gonna lose probably like the last. You're probably gonna left with 10% of the people who actually are willing, because the work is hard. Healing is hard, and most people are ill-equipped to do it. And we live in a society that says if something doesn't work, you throw it away. You don't fix it, you throw it away. A few months ago, our dryer stopped working. And my wife was like, "Can we just get a new one?" I was like, "No, we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna figure it out." Went on, got me some YouTube videos, watched a couple YouTube videos. It was a $15 part.
And that dryer working great.
$15 part. I took it apart, put the part in there, got it in there by hook or by crook, cut my hand up doing it, but it's okay. I saved myself about $700, and I was very happy, very proud of myself that I did that. I didn't throw it away just because it stopped working. I figured it out, I diagnosed it, and I did the work that it took. It took me about 2 days to get, it took me a day to get the part in, 2 days, and it took me some time, but I didn't have to spend $700 on a new dryer. And my wife was happy because she could dry clothes, and everybody's good around here. That is the same approach that people you have to take with your relationship. Is it worth it? Why would you throw away something that 90% works because 10% of it isn't? Yeah,
that's a great point. This was hard. This is hard. This is hard, especially when emotions are involved. This is hard when feelings are hurt and you feel disappointed and let down. Am I willing to do the work to heal no matter what the other person does?
Well, I think it goes back to the number one question. What was the number one question?
Yeah, do I value this person?
Do I value this person?
I think 3 and 4 directly tie into 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think that's
do I value this person? Yeah, do I value this person? Do I value myself? Because even a lot of y'all self-sabotage. A lot of y'all out here, you're triggered. You're ready. You've been there's trauma or there's some sort of hurt or pain that you've not healed from. You're in a relationship and the person does the slightest thing and you're like, aha, I knew it. I'm ready to jump ship because I don't want you to hurt me. Well, you're hurting yourself because you're not even giving the relationship a real chance. Yep. You're ready to self-sabotage and jet out of there. To run to what? Are y'all not paying attention
where y'all going?
To what's going on out here?
I said a million times, where y'all going?
I don't know. I think we need to do another one on these. There are so many gray divorces right now. I literally was watching another, I think it was like a TikTok the other day about this wife who was mad at her husband because for she had been putting his shoes away for 20 years and she got sick of it. Sis, where are you going with your gray-haired self? Where are you going? Yeah. Who are you going to, where?
They're not out there. Think about this, and we're getting a little off topic, but I think this is worth discussing. We live in a world where everybody is attached to this, and everybody thinks that they can do better than what they have. Everybody thinks that every person that they're talking to on the screen is doing better than they are, and they get a prolific case of FOMO, fear of missing out. I am not getting my needs met. I'm tired of putting your shoes away. I'm tired of cleaning up after you. I'm tired of not getting this sex and this and that. We should be having sex 6 times a day and we only have it 4. And all these things, and it creates unrealistic expectations of relationships. And there's nobody that's really talking about what the realism of what a relationship really is.
And you're throwing away the real for the fake. Because the stuff that you're seeing on social media is not real. I don't know how many times you have to hear people say that. It is not real. You are seeing a filtered, scripted life. You're getting the highlights. You're getting the highlight reels. It's not real life. And then you get out here and you make a permanent decision in a chaotic state when you're not thinking clearly, and then it's too late and you do irrevocable damage, and then you're sitting there alone. Then the next TikTok you do, you boo-hoo crying, talking about, I shouldn't have blew up my relationship. Well, boo, I could have told you that.
There's nothing out there.
No.
I'm not saying to stay in an abusive relationship. I'm not saying any of that.
Of course not. You're throwing away something just because you're irritated, or you're making a permanent decision in a temporary situation that is the stupidest thing you ever want to do.
The holidays are coming up now, and there's going to be so many people out here that were sitting there somewhere with a bottle in their hand or in a house by themselves because they made dumb decisions. Yeah. Because they threw away something that was beautiful just because one little part broke and they didn't want to fix a $15 part. So a lot more we'll talk about that, but for now, that's enough said.